Hey readers, what I love about reading is taking the time to think about different characters. In one book, you can compare and contrast different characters. Today, I want to teach you that readers don't have to wait until they are finished reading to notice similarities and differences between characters. Instead, readers can compare and contrast right from the beginning. One way they do this is by looking at the characters in a story and thinking, what am I already learning about this character that is similar to another character's experience? What is different? This is important so that readers are thinking about the characters along the way. Let's think back to what happens in our story, The Circus Ship. And let's think about how Mr. Carrington and Mr. Payne are alike or different. Let's reread this page and think about how Mr. Carrington and Mr. Payne have similar and different experiences. The captain, Mr. Carrington, was honest and sincere. He thought that they should drop the hook and wait for things to clear. But Mr. Payne, the circus boss, was terribly demanding. He stomped up to the helm where Captain Carrington was standing and screamed, "Don't stop! Keep going! I've got a show to do! Just get me down to Boston town tomorrow, sir, by 2." So readers, let's think about how their experiences are similar or the same. Well, they're both on the boat with the animals, and they're both in the fog. So I will record this on a sticky note. Both Mr. Carrington and Mr. Payne are on the ship, and they both notice the fog. I'm going to put that on this page to show how they are similar. Now let's think about how their experiences are different. Mr. Carrington wants to stop the boat because of the fog. But Mr. Payne doesn't want to stop. He wants to keep going. He screams at Mr. Carrington to keep going to Boston. I will record this on a different sticky note. So Mr. Carrington wants to stop the boat. Mr. Payne wants to keep going. Mr. Payne yells at Mr. Carrington. So notice how I'm comparing how they're the same, and I put it on a pink sticky note, and how they're different, and I put that on an orange sticky note. Now it's your turn. Let's keep going to a different spot in the book. Let's reread this page and let's look for what is the same about these two characters and their experience and what is different. The captain said to Mr. Payne, "Pray tell, what shall we do? We can't just leave them here to drown. We've got to save them too." "The animals!" yelled Mr. Payne. "Why, sir, what are you, daft? It's me that you should rescue. Pull me, ferry me to safety, sir, before I die of cold." "Don't question me," barked Mr. Payne. "Just do as you are told." Now, readers, turn and tell your buddy, what is the same? How are their experiences the same? Good job, readers. Did you say they are both on a little boat? I will record this on a pink sticky note. Both Mr. Carrington and Mr. Payne are on a little boat after the ship sank. Now think about how the experiences of Mr. Carrington and Mr. Payne. Turn and tell your buddy what's different about them. Good job, readers. Did you say Mr. Carrington is worried about the animals and wants to help them? But Mr. Payne is just worried about himself and only wants to help himself. I will record this on an orange sticky note. Mr. Carrington is worried about the animals and wants to save them. Mr. Payne wants to save himself. Good job, readers. So remember, as you read during independent reading, remember to pay attention to the adventures of characters in your stories. You can compare and contrast the characters. You can talk about how they're the same and how they're different. You can also write how they're the same and how they're different in your literacy journal or on sticky notes like I did.